This video is general advice only. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing here today, because trading the market is hard. There are so many different things that you need to get good at to becoming what I call a super trader. There's a formula that you need to follow over time to becoming a super trader. So click here to download the super trader formula right now for free. Hey traders, John Howell here, officialjohnhowell.com, and in this video I'm going to be giving you a bit of an update to show you what's happening between the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart and also the S&P 500 chart. And it's one of the things that I've really learned from one of my mentors, actually trading the futures markets, who's trading the S&P 500 future. But what he used to do, he used to look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart, used to look at the Nasdaq, used to look at the transportation average. And what he used to say was this, is that if you can get a clear picture in one direction in one day on all markets, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Russell, all those, or maybe not the Russell, but yeah, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, S&P 500, and also the transportation average. If you can get a very clear picture between those, or even just when it comes down to the big two, right, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, if you get an absolute clear picture that both of those markets are saying one thing, then it's very, very powerful signal that you have on your hands at the time. Alright, so what we're looking at right now, we're looking at the open, high, low, and close bar chart. And what I'm looking at here is, I want to show you something here that I'm looking at, okay? So let me just bring up this chart here. This chart here is the Dow Jones, but it's obviously on a candlestick chart. But let me actually just bring up the S&P 500 here for a minute, only for this chart. And I want to show you something here, okay? Now this is the candlesticks chart, and I've done it because I want to show you the differences. This is what I normally trade with, and I've just brought this up for the educational purposes only. Okay, so let me have a look. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. Okay, so the first thing I do see is one thing I've been saying in my last videos is you have your peak, you have your troughs down here, and now you have a higher peak, and now you have a higher trough, and the market's run up. Okay, now it hasn't made a high peak yet. Okay, it hasn't made a high peak. So that means yes, we are still in upward trend. Yes, we are moving to the high side, but as you can see, it's not as strong as some moves are normally are, right? So if you get a strong move, you get bam, 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 little sideways day, bam, bam, sideways day, bam, bam, right? Bam, bam. So when you're looking at this, you say, okay, then this is really interesting. Last couple of days, I've been actually saying this is likely to be a support. If it is a support, we're likely to run and make new highs. So let's actually see what's happening right now. Look at on the S&P 500 chart. If I just squeeze this up a little bit more, we can actually get a good view of, okay, so okay, the market's run up, it's run down, hit support, it's now run up, it's now gone, it's now had a sideways day, okay? Very sort of like it's sort of small inside day. So what does that mean? And the thing that I'm looking at is this. I'm saying, okay, let's have a look at this here. If I am looking at that and I'm seeing that, if I just bring up a line, and let me just bring up, say, a green here. Is this overall floating into a bear flag formation? Is that what this is? I don't know yet, because it hasn't confirmed either way. The market is still heading high with the overall peaks and troughs to the high side. So that's what I do see on the S&P 500 chart. But remember I said before, if you want to get a clearer picture, look at the Dow Jones chart. Now if I'm looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average chart, well, now we can see something that looks really, really interesting, right? Look at this here. We can see this point through here, but notice how we've had these sort of selling period, but notice how this buying period is actually not that strong at all. Do you see that? You see how this is actually not that strong at all? Meaning, when you're in a move, okay, when you're in a move in the market, you generally have strong buys, weak sellers, strong buys, weak sellers, and you normally have one side dominating the other in a trending market. Now, if it's like this, strong sellers, strong buys, strong sellers, strong buys, strong sellers, strong buys, strong sellers. Do you see how what we're doing is we're comparing it to the leg before, and we're saying that's pretty consistent. The strength in those moves are pretty consistent, going sideways. That means no one is in control. Okay, but when you have strong buyers, weak sellers, you get strong buyers. When you have strong sellers, weak buyers, you get strong sellers. You with me so far? So what I'm looking at is this. I'm saying, okay then, looking at this overall chart here and looking at what's happening right now, is that I'm not calling this a bear flag yet, but it's making it's in the makings of what I would say is a nice bear flag formation. Okay, so if I just bring this over here, you can see that we actually have an actual bear flag formation in the underlying trend. Okay, in the underlying trend of what is happening now in this stock. So yes, the market is going up, but remember, it's not only about the trend, but it's about the strengthened moves that's likely to tell you what is happening and what is going on. So for this to confirm, okay, for this to confirm that this is a bear flag, firstly, you have a lot of sort of support and resistance around this level through here, okay, around that level through there. That's the first thing you need to break. But the thing you need to say is, for this to confirm to be a bear flag, you'd want to be breaking below this support line. If it holds here and breaks back down and starts closing below this support line, it is a bear flag, and then we're likely to get at least a 1-to-1 projection, which would be at least down to these lows through here. I would say that this area through here, if it does break out, this area through here, where my box is, this is where the market is likely to go if it is a bear flag, okay? If it is a bear flag. We have a lot of support and resistance level down here. That's what it needs to break through first. If it can't break through here, we're likely to find support and run back up to new highs. But if it does hold here, then we're likely to see a break to the downside. Now, let me actually just show you a chart here. So that's on the Dow Jones there, okay? Let me actually just show you Google here for a bit. I want to show you when I really started to notice this on the actual chart itself. Now, this is Google here, okay? And let me actually just show you here on the weekly chart, because I only can show it on the weekly chart because I have to go back that far. And I started noticing this type of price action, price movement way back here in 2009 when I was trading Google very, very heavy here, okay? And so let me show you this here. Remember I was talking about the strengthened moves, okay? The strengthened moves. So now we're seeing what's happening on Dow Jones. Now we're seeing what's happening in S&P 500. It's showing a bit of a picture. But look at this here. Just because we're in an overall upward trend does not mean we're not likely to go down. Look at this here, okay? Look, we had strong buyers, weak sellers. Strong buyers, weak sellers, strong buyers, weak sellers, strong buyers. And then suddenly out of nowhere we had strong sellers. Now strong sellers compared to what? Well, we're always comparing it to the previous legs, right? Always comparing it to the previous legs. So now we had strong sellers, strong sellers, strong sellers. Remember, we had strong buyers, weak sellers. Now it's had strong sellers, but what's this? This is weak buyers, right? Weak buyers. This is much weaker than the buying legs previously, and the selling move is much stronger than the selling moves previously. Do you see this? Right? This is incredible when I started really noticing this. And so even though we are in an upward trend, okay, even though we are in in a nice overall upward trend through here, the trend is shifting even before it does by noticing the strengthened moves. And as you can see, that strong sellers, weak buyers became a downward movement from basically basically November, December, right through to August. So almost, or basically 3/4 of a year, it had a downward movement since that pattern. So that's what I'm showing you on a smaller scale though, on the Dow Jones chart. Okay, let's go down to the Dow Jones chart here. And so as you can see, it's the Dow Jones 15, Dow Jones 30. Okay, so let's just bring this up to the current point. We're looking on the weekly chart here. Let's go back to the daily chart. And so can you see what I'm saying there, okay? This strong buyers, weak sellers, this movement through here is saying, hey, this might not be what we're actually thinking it is. Because again, we've had this strong buyers, and we've had some pullback here, and you expect this market to keep running up, but it's not running up at the time. So once again, if the market does, the market might have another down day, okay, from yesterday, coming down through here. Maybe hold. If it does hold this support, we're likely to run up and make new highs. If it doesn't hold support and breaks this support level first, then we are likely to run down towards this level through here. Make sense? Anyway guys, I hope you've liked this video. I know I went through a lot of stuff in this short 10-minute video, but replay it again and again if you want to, or make sure you do that, because I ran through a lot of stuff. This is one of the keys, guys. It's not about the trend. The trend means nothing anymore. It's about reading the peaks and troughs and strengthened moves and going with that to really help you when it comes to identifying what's happening in the market. Okay. Anyway guys, this is John Howell here from officialjohnhowell.com. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. If you're still struggling to get ahead in the markets, then you need to download the Super Trader Formula right now. There are so many different things that you need to get good at, and the Super Trader Formula will show you exactly what to focus on first, second, third, and so on. And I promise you this, follow the Super Trader Formula and you will make more progress in the next few months than you have in the last 12 months. I know it's a big promise, but you see exactly what I'm saying. So click here to download the Super Trader Formula right now for free. Also, if you're looking for more fun, more freedom, more income, then you need to download my brand new book called How to Travel and Holiday Like a Millionaire Without Being One. In this book, you'll learn how to take amazing dream trips while saving thousands of dollars and create a six-figure income by helping others do the same. Click here to download my brand new book for free now.